What is up, everyone? We are back. Man, this is gonna be an exciting video. We are gonna rip into our stage 3 clutch and our tuner. So let's just look at what we've got going on today. What is up, everyone? We're back, Man, we're all here at Carolina Adventure World just hanging out. Thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, so here we go. This is all gonna be from a company called Bikeman Performance. Really great group of guys. They've been around for about 23 years or so, and they started out making sled stuff, but now they're in the UTV and ATV market. So what we're gonna do is we are going to slap on this really nice brand new stage 3 clutch kit system. This secondary clutch is already built. They built it for me before they shipped it. So the helix is in there, the springs in there, and all that stuff. We then have our primary clutch products that we are going to use to go ahead and take that primary off and rebuild that. This is the weights and things of that nature, so they're all magnetized. In addition to that, we're also got a Dynajet. So we're going to be tuning this thing up as well, but we're going to do this in segments. And all of this stuff is going to be going on this Razor S900. This thing was just rebuilt, so it's ready to go. It's all cleaned up and set. So let's just go ahead and start with a pre-ride, and that way I can figure out how this thing initially drives. I haven't ridden this thing in forever, since like COVID-19 started. Actually, I haven't ridden it since February, since we went out to Hatfield McCoy. So let's just take this thing for a ride and see what it can do. Okay, well, so as you just saw, we went out and tested it on the back area of where I live on base. And I will tell you, it's been a while since I've driven it, like I said before, but it's got some pull. It's got some really good power. This is a 900, and I'm running some MSA motivators. They're 28 inches. So they're only an inch larger than the stock tire. So I will tell you that it felt really, really good. It still has a lot of good punchy performance. It does pull you back pretty decently when you're putting the foot onto the pedal. And I'm actually really happy with how it performs now. The only thing I would definitely want to see is you can tell, like right after you punch it, it does get up and go, but then it loses some power. So maybe I'm hoping that the tune will kind of help compensate for that power loss. So we're just gonna have to see, but nonetheless, I think it went really good. It felt good, it drove good. The only problem that I have since the build was done is my steering wheel is definitely off. I do need to tune it to the 12 o'clock. It's probably at about 11 o'clock right now, maybe in between 11 and 12. So I'm just gonna have to turn that steering wheel to the right a little bit to get that lined up. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and do the clutch. Let's install that and see what kind of differences that makes, because I'm really curious to see what the real difference is gonna be between a stock clutch kit and a stage 3 clutch kit. From what I know, that's one of the first performance upgrades that somebody should be doing. And now we got this Bikeman Performance. It's actually a Venom clutch kit. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that on and see what that does and how that makes everything feel and perform. All right, well, I am in the middle of the primary clutch upgrade and I have to come to a stop. And the reason why I have to come to a stop is because the very first clutch weight that I am trying to put together was not bored out properly. For whatever reason that is, there's no way, I mean, I could sand that inside or even drill it out myself to get it to work, but I'm not gonna do that. This was a very expensive kit. So just let me kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. This goes through here, obviously like that, right? So if I go to the other side, this goes right in here, and basically what it's doing here is it's holding this weight in the primary clutch, but it won't go all the way through. This was not drilled properly, so there's nothing I can do to get that in there. Now, if I pull out one of these ones, this fits right in. Fits right in, not this. So I'll put this right here and it won't go in. So I'm gonna go ahead and contact Mark over there at Bikeman and see what the deal is and have him overnight me a new weight if he can. So we're just gonna see where this goes. Second problem, folks, big problem. I do not think this clutch, this secondary is the correct secondary for my 900S. So I couldn't get the weights on, so I put those to the side and I was like, you know what, why don't we just do the secondary to see what that does, if that does anything. If I can get the secondary on, then I'll put the spring in at least and to see what that could do for a machine, but I could not get it on. And the reason being is because this diameter of hole here that it goes onto the shaft is too small. So I think they sent me the wrong secondary. I don't know. I have never installed and rebuilt, not rebuilt, but upgraded my clutch system. So like I said before, I'm gonna have to give these guys a call and see what's going on. I'm not exactly excited or thrilled right now at this point. I'm actually pretty discouraged. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait. It's actually Memorial Day weekend. So I'm gonna have to wait until Tuesday to give them a call. But I am tuning the Razor right now. I just flashed it. It is going in right now. The flash looks like it's complete. So I'm gonna turn everything off and then get this done. So let's go ahead and turn this key off. It says to turn it off for 45 seconds and then turn it back on. So we're gonna go ahead and get this all up installed, and then I am gonna take it for another quick ride just to see if there's any changes to how it feels with the tune at least. And if I wanna do, just a real quick, when I get the clutch installed, if I want to do a stock tune and recheck that clutch system to see if there is any differences, I can just do that too, because I can pull that stage one tune off and I can put my stock one back on. So let's just see what's going on here. Okay, so I just got back from taking this thing out. The only thing performance that I've done on this right now is the tune. And I will tell you, this thing is opened up. My God, it is totally different. I had it on low in the beginning when I went out to the soccer ball field area out there where I live, and I just kicked it down, and it was just, it smashed. It put me in the seat. It was great. And then obviously on high, it did really well, and I didn't even put any of my new fuel in. I actually totally forgot to fill it up. So it's right now running on 89. I have a whole, if you can see my jerry can right behind me, I have a whole jerry can full of 91 octane that I'm going to be throwing, excuse me, 93. So I'll be putting that in there. But nonetheless, my gosh, this tune was totally worth it. If you have ever been thinking about getting one, get one. I barely even got a chance to ride it. Obviously, as you all know, I don't have the clutching in there yet, but I definitely need to get the clutching done too. And man, oh man, she's turning into a pretty big beast here. So nonetheless, let's figure out what we're gonna do with this clutch and then get back and see what's going on. What is up, dudes? We got the new clutch in. So I will tell you right now, I'm looking at it right now, there's definitely a difference in the two clutches. The new one that I received, I think is gonna work definitely. So let's just check those out really quick before I install that. All right, so here is the new clutch. You can tell, it's kind of hard to see in there because it's kind of dark, but you can tell that this opening right here is a lot bigger. It's also a totally different clutch, which is the one that Mark said it should be. So this is a 940-961, where this one, I think, this one's a 901015. Now this is either for 15 and below Razor S900, or it's for an XP or something like that. I don't know. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and throw this thing on. I've already filled the Razor up with the new fuel. And we're gonna see what happens and how it feels, if it feels differently with just an upgraded secondary clutch, because I don't have the weight. So I mean, not the weight, but the, excuse me, the arms. So I still have one arm that doesn't work. The hole on it wasn't bored correctly, and I thought he was gonna send it with this clutch, but I guess not. So let's just go ahead, like I said, throw this on. I'll put the GoPro back on and we'll go out for another ride. Okay, everyone. Well, I finally have the parts that I need to get this clutch done. And it's been a while. There's been some issues with the stage 3 situation for the S900. I'm not gonna go really fully into detail with all of that because I really believe that you know, things just happen, and you all know that. Like when you're doing work on your side-by-sides or whatever the case may be, you're gonna run into problems. So I've done my best to be as understanding as possible and as patient as possible. And Mark did help me every single time I called. He was very understanding of all the issues that we had. So basically what we're doing now is we're gonna rebuild this clutch kit, and we're going to turn it into a stage 2. After looking at the stage 3 secondaries side by side, they're basically the exact same thing. In my opinion, I'm not a clutch expert, but so the thing that we're gonna do now is I have the parts for the stage 2 right behind me in a box. So I'm gonna pull out the Razor, we're gonna pull out all of our stuff, we're gonna remove the primary and the secondary, we're gonna change the springs, we're gonna remove the weights, we're gonna adjust the weights and all that, put that all back together. And then I have the tune already installed. We're just gonna go ahead and take this thing out and slam on the pedal and see what happens. So just a couple of things that I want to address really quick before I forget. The RZR's in the garage right now and it's warming up because I'm about to go take it around base. And oh man, my hat's all messed up. But I'm getting ready to go take it around base and drive it around just to get a first-hand impression of the clutch. You're gonna see video on that. You're basically gonna watch my expression to see what it feels like. But so I started putting on the belt wrong. So just a really quick thing is you want to put the secondary clutch on first, put the belt on that, and then install the primary. I got that wrong at first, so that made it 10 times easier. And basically that's like all. I know a lot of people are probably gonna come out and say that I shouldn't be using an impact wrench, but I actually follow this dude called HunterWorks. If you look him up on the internet or especially YouTube, he's got a ton of clutch videos. He does all kinds of how-to videos. He owns his own company. It specializes in clutches, and that's what he uses. He uses an impact wrench. So he's been doing this a lot longer than I have. He says it's okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Not only that, I think that he's someone that he looks very credible and I trust him, so I have no issues with it. The RZR is warming up and I think it's ready to go, so let's go ahead, slap on the GoPro and go for a ride. Whoa. This thing is alive. Munchkin! Oh man. This thing pulls so hard in low with four-wheel drive. If you put this thing in 4-low and just smash the pedal, this thing, it just throws you into your seat. Bad. Like, it's like, I have never felt this thing do that before, ever. Now, it might be also because I have, like, basically DOT street tires, Department of Transportation street tires, and they're gripping the asphalt, like, really good. But, man, this thing is... I'm still getting used to the steering wheel for sure. It's a lot smaller than the other one. But, man, wow. Yeah. The only problem I have is the tires because of where we're going, but they're going to be good for the long run. It's going to be awesome. All right, folks. Oh my goodness. You saw the video. This thing was super smooth out there. The one thing I really liked most about it was the shifting is just so much more smoother. It's so much more smooth. Specifically when you're taking off, like if you're on a stock machine and you put it in gear, you know that you have to rev it a little bit in order for that clutch to engage, and when it does, it totally jerks you back. That was one thing that I just hated so much about it, but now it's all smooth. You don't have to do that. Put it in gear, press the throttle, and as soon as you do, you go, which is pretty cool. That was one of the first things that I noticed about it, but the launches are pretty cool. Now, I know I am on asphalt, so it makes a difference, it really does. But I will tell you that I've driven this thing on asphalt before and it did not perform like that. So putting it in 4-low, doing some launches, it's insane. this thing does put you in the seat. It's pretty cool. In high, I feel like I probably won't be using low very much unless I'm like trying to climb up a very steep hill in like slow, because low is just so torquey. The torque in low is just incredible. So I think I'll probably be driving in high for the most part. And that's what Cody actually does. He drives in high like 95% of the time because it does so well in the terrain, in the trails. But anyway, I will tell you, if you've been thinking about doing a tune and or a clutch, I will tell you the tune and clutch combo is absolutely worth it. I want to say thank you to Mark over there at Performance East for helping me getting all these hiccups squared away. It was definitely worth all the work, and I do appreciate his patience, and everything worked really good. So if you're considering getting one of these things, make sure you go check them out. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. So if you like what we're putting out, please make sure you give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we are also on Instagram and Facebook. Nonetheless, thank you for tuning in, and I guess we'll catch you next time.